There's this trend that's happening in the industry right now. And that trend is the self-buying journey, where self-service buying in enterprise deals, buyers are taking longer, wanting to take longer before they ever talk to anybody in the organization. In fact, they made their short list. Gartner's talked ad nauseum about this. It's becoming harder and harder to get into the conversation earlier in the buyer's journey. To me, what that means is that marketing is now playing an even more important role in the sales process because our job is to spark conversations earlier in that buyer's journey. And we're not going to do it by talking about our own products. Product marketing is hugely important at the right time in the buyer's journey. But that 95% that we're nurturing, right? Those high level prospects, the bosses, right? The buying committee, the people that are hard to reach. This is the key question here is if the trend is going in the wrong direction as a sales organization and making it harder and harder and harder to get into those conversations, because I know you've had sales come to you and say, we need help in getting into the right conversations. What is your point of view on this trend, the self-service trend, and how do we get them what they've been asking for? Because they're consuming more content to make their decisions now. At the same amount of time, they're saying, I want shorter form, more visual, more interactive content. How is what you're doing now addressing that challenge that every CMO, every CRO is facing today in order to get earlier in that buyer's journey?
We've all known we need to get lighter content, lighter to consume content, easier to consume content. Various, I think, studies will say that, short form video is taking off as a way. And you're sitting here as a CMO in the absence of what we're doing together and go, all right, when am I going to do some short form content on it? Well, we're not staff. We don't have to do it that way. We don't have the creative people on staff. There's a little bit of a blind spot out there. I don't know exactly what short form content we should put together that's going to click with the ICP. I know some of the important topics for them, had some conversations with them directly, but I don't know specifically what to stick in a 1-minute video that's going to get attention. So the beauty of what we get out of the podcasts is not only is there the full podcast to go through, but there's a collection of short form videos that come out of that conversation that dial into specific topics that the target market's interested in and that sales is interested in making sure that message gets out there. So it combines them both. If you're a member of the ICP population outside of the company, you come across our podcast and it's on the site, there's a whole bunch of videos that I might want to look at, maybe 5 from a podcast. Might not look at the whole thing, might not listen to it on iTunes on the way in, but I might go to the Teradata website and read what they said about having a comprehensive data infrastructure for international education. That sounds like marketing pablum to some of the people out there in listener land, but that's exactly what our customers want to know more about, right? That's a strategic imperative for some of them. On the other hand, sales might want to make sure we get some nuggets in there about how easy implementation can be, for example. Those can all be there in those easily digestible video nuggets that are available, and we can push out selectively.